Good evening, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Layton, and welcome to tonight's video lesson that will cover slope formula. Remember, you can always pause the video if you need more time to write anything down. If you need time to go get your interactive notebook ready, you could pause the video now and add slope formula to the table of contents, and on the next blank page, go ahead and put slope formula as your topic and draw your line down your paper. Okay, so the slope formula is used to find the slope of a line when you're given 2 points. So the first thing we're going to do is put the formula. So the slope formula, slope or M is what we use to stand for slope, equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And what y sub 2 means is the second y coordinate, and you will subtract the first y coordinate. And then on bottom, you will take the second x coordinate and subtract the first x coordinate. So let's try this. So we have the point 6, 1 and negative 3, 4. And at first, I think it is helpful to go ahead and label which point is which. So your x is always the first number. So I'm going to put x1 here. Y is your second number, so this is y1. So your x coordinate of the first point, your y coordinate of the first point. So this is x2 and y2. Now we are going to set up the formula. Take y sub 2, which is 4, and subtract y sub 1, which is 1. Then we're going to take x sub 2, which is negative 3, and subtract x sub 1, which is 6. 4 minus 1 is 3. Negative 3 subtract 6. And when you use your integer rules to subtract, and when you're negative 3 and you're going down 6 more, you're going to be negative 9. And if you'd like to do the keep, change it to addition and add the opposite to help you, you can do that. And negative 3 plus negative 6 is negative 9. Now remember, we always subtract, or we always simplify, and 3/9 can be simplified to 1/3, and it is negative. Okay, if one number is negative, then the whole slope is negative. Okay? Let's try a couple more examples. So we have the point 3, negative 2, 6, 8. Okay, I'm going to label, this is x1, x sub 1. This is x sub 2. This is y sub 1 and y sub 2. Okay, remember our formula, you take the second y, 8, and subtract the first y, which is negative 2. It's good to put it in parentheses when you have 2 signs. Okay, then we're going to take our second x and subtract our first x. So we have 8, and we're subtracting a negative 2. And remember, when you're subtracting a negative, it's really just adding a positive. And 8 plus 2 is 10. 6 minus 3 is 3. Okay, and remember, we just simplify. We do not change it to a mixed number, so our slope will be positive 10/3. Okay? Example number 3, we have the point negative 1, 3, and 4, 7. Label x sub 1, x sub 2. Y sub 1, y sub 2. I'm going to set it up. We have 7, and we subtract 3. And we have 4, and we subtract a negative 1. Okay, 7 minus 3 is 4. Remember, 4 minus a negative, when you're subtracting a negative, you're just adding a positive. 4 plus a positive 1 is 5. 4/5 is simplified, and our answer is a positive 4/5 as our slope. Okay, and the last thing we're going to talk about is if you are given a table. Well, in this table, we are given 4 points. So pick any two, because you just need 2. So I'm going to pick the first 2. -3, 7, and 0, 5. This is x sub 1, x sub 2. Alright? Y sub 1, y sub 2. Take my second y, subtract my first y. Take my second x, subtract my first x. 5 minus 7, and you can keep and add the opposite. 5 plus -7 is -2. 0 minus a -3 is really 0 plus a +3, which is 3. This cannot be, this is already simplified, so our answer is m equals -2/3. Remember, m stands for slope. And when there's one number that is negative, the whole slope is negative. Okay? I want you to try example 5 on the left side of your notes. You can pick any of these 5 points. See if you can use the slope formula to find the slope of a line. If you have any other questions, you can go back and read or rewatch any of the video, and you can also write those questions down in your interactive notebook, and we will address them tomorrow. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.